Hello everyone, my name is Raviteja. Today we are going to perform experiment 4 of the SS lab. The aim of the experiment is to create a MATLAB function to perform linear convolution of input discrete time sequence and impulse response of LTI discrete systems with zero initial conditions. The input-output relations of the LTI discrete system is described as follows. There are four discrete time systems. For finding the output of each discrete time system, we have to perform convolution between the input signal and the impulse response of the given system. To find out the impulse response of the given system, we have to use the input signal as delta function, that is unit step function. Uh, so if we see the first system, it is y of n equal to 1 by 3 into 1 by 3 of x of n plus x of n minus 1 plus x of n minus 2. If we pass unit step function through this system, the impulse response is 1 by 3 of delta n plus delta of n minus 1 plus delta of n minus 2. If we represent it in the array form, it is 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3. In the same way, for the second system, it is 1 by m of sigma delta of n minus k equal to 0 to m minus 1. That is, we have to input the value of k to the given system. Third system is y of n equal to x of n minus x of n minus 1. The fourth system is y of n equal to half of x of n minus x of n minus 2. After finding the impulse response of the given system, we have to perform the convolution of the given input signals with the impulse response of the above systems. The input systems include ECG, PCG, and speech signals which are shared to us. After that, we have to sketch the outputs of the each system. After performing convolution, we have to classify each system according to their behavior as high pass filter and low pass filter, and after that we have to perform the trend removal operation from a given signal. For performing trend removal operation, we have to use some algorithm which we will be discussing later. After that, we have to mention all the properties of the above mentioned discrete systems. Now, going to the code, initially the function for convolution, for performing convolution, we have defined a convolution function which take arguments as the input signal and the impulse response of the given system. The for convolution operation, we have defined an integer n whose length is equal to the length of the input signal plus the length of the impulse response minus 1. After that, we have to zero pad the input signal and the impulse response, so that those are so that the convolution operation becomes valid. After that, we run two for loops where y of n increases its value at each value of n. In system 1, the system 1 is okay. System 1 is y of n equal to 1 by 3 of x of n plus x of n minus 1 plus x of n minus 2. So the impulse response is 1 by 3 comma 1 by 3 comma 1 by 3. If we go to the code, the impulse response is 1 by 3 1 by 3 1 by 3 and we have for the okay for the input signals, we have loaded those four input signals, and we have called the convolution function to this main function, so that the convolution operation is performed. After that, we have plotted all these output functions on a figure window. If we run the program, we can see the output. It may take time. Okay, these are the outputs. We can see for each system the outputs are given. In the same way, we perform the convolution function can be, the convolution operation can be performed for the second system. For the second system, the impulse response is 1 by m of delta n, 1 by m of delta of n, where m is given by the user, and we have loaded in the similar fashion of the system one, we have loaded each of the input signal, and we have called the convolution function so that the convolution operation is performed. If we run the program, it will ask us the value of the m so that it will perform convolution. Okay, for m equal to 25, for example, for m equal to 25, the convolution function, after the performance of convolution, the output signals look as follows. In a similar manner, if you perform the convolution operation for the system 3, the impulse response of the system 3 is -1, 1. So if we run the code, you can see the output signals. In the output signals have a great amount of noise. This noise can be removed by the trend removal operation, which we will see later. For the system 4, the similar way, the impulse response is 1 by 2, 0 and -1 by 2. In the similar manner of all the systems, we have loaded the input signals and we have called the convolution function so that the output signal can be determined. Here on the program, you can see the output of each of the 4 input signals. The next question is removal of trend. For removing trend, the formula is y equal to the input signal minus the convolution, the signal which is obtained after convolution with the impulse response of the given system. We have done zero padding so that both arrays have the same length. If we run the program, we have to enter the value of m. You can see in the first diagram there is a trend. In the second diagram, after removing the trend, you can see that the output without baseline. Okay. And the next question is the properties of the system. For the first system, it is memory system and causal and stable. System 2 is memory, invertible, causal and stable. System 3 is memory, causal, stable. System 4 is memory, causal and stable. Going to the filter, if we observe the output of the first and second systems, we can see that the first and second systems are the low pass filter and the third and fourth are the high pass filters.